Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and what I have here today is one of the new die-cast metal figures by Jada Toys, and this one is of Captain America from Captain America Civil War. Now you might already be a little bit familiar with Jada Toys and their die-cast metal figures because they also did a movie line for Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. You probably saw them in the toy aisle in Toys R Us and Walmart and Target, and the whole thing behind these guys, the big selling point is die-cast metal. In a world where almost every toy is made out of plastic, Jada Toys is using metal. I actually did a review on one of their figures, and here he is right here. This is the armored Batman. This is the 6-inch variant, and this guy was like 20 bucks. And there are some parts of him that are metal, some parts that are not metal, but the coolest feature is the fact that his eyes light up. So I did a review on this. If you want to see it, I'm going to leave a card, I think like up here somewhere, so that you can check that out if you want. And they're also doing the same thing for Captain America Civil War, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you're interested in this line, there's also a few others that you can get. Captain America, of course, but you can also get Iron Man, Black Widow, Black Panther, and the Winter Soldier. And you can also get a 2-pack of Iron Man and Captain America if you want to get them both at the same time. And also 6-inch variants of Captain America and Iron Man. You see that Captain America has a removable mask, and he also has a removable shield, and Iron Man lights up. And he's probably going to work in a way similar to how Batman worked with his light up feature. I haven't seen any of these in stores yet, so I had to pick up this Captain America on Amazon. I paid about $13 for it. You can also find the Iron Man there, but you most likely are going to be paying a little bit more. And I haven't seen the 6-inch variants anywhere, but I'm sure as we get closer to the release of the movie, we're going to be seeing those in stores. Now, before we open this up and take a closer look at it, there's one very important distinction to make between this figure and the others in this line and the Batman vs. Superman line, and that's this little note right here. The fact that it says 100% metal. Heavy, 100% metal. That's something that they didn't put on the box with the Batman vs. Superman stuff. It just said metal and heavy. And that's because not every part of these figures were actually metal. There was some hard plastic thrown in there as well. But here they're saying 100% metal. So I am really looking forward to that. And yes, this does have weight to it. And the assumption is that this entire figure is made out of 100% die-cast metal. So we're going to find that out right now. All right, so let's talk about the big elephant in the room here. 100% metal, yes or no? Well, the answer is yes. It is 100% metal. This thing is made entirely out of metal, and it is fantastic. Amazing. I am so glad, and it's kind of sad in a way that these days I'm fawning over something that's made out of metal, where back in the day you can have a giant kid's dump truck and the whole thing was made out of metal and no one batted an eyelash because that's just what you did. But these days everything is made out of plastic. But I'm so glad that we have these figures made out of metal, not just vehicles, not just little specialized things, but mass-produced small miniature figures, sculpted entirely and made out of metal. Now let's go over some of the finer details of this guy. Now let's first look at the paint. The paint on this guy is done exceptionally well. Very, very well. The line work is good. I'm not seeing some messy parts and parts that are unpainted because someone decided to save a little more money by not painting it. Everything is great. It has this very glossy, this very shiny look to it, and it looks great. The star on Captain America's chest, it looks flawless. It looks absolutely flawless. And I mean, there's very little to complain about here, except on my shield, there is a little bit of errant red paint that's gone over from the red stripe on the shield and has moved over to the silver portion. That's the only thing that stands out to me on this particular figure that made me go, no. But consider what you're doing here. This is like $13 and the whole thing is metal. It's cold. I can hold it to my face and I can just feel the cold metal, and that is something. That is really something. And like I said, this guy does have weight to him. He will sink like a stone. And I really do like that shield. Despite the fact that I have that little bit of errant paint, the shield looks really good. That glossy metallic paint that they put on here, oh man, that is really, really good. Now, on the face, you can see that some parts of the face, and it's something that you probably can't see on camera, so you'll have to see it in person. Some parts of the face look like the paint is not as dynamic. It doesn't pop out at you as well as they do on the shield here. It's almost like, it's not necessarily faded, but it looks a little thinner in some areas. And I can also kind of see a little tiny little bit of that going on at the back of the neck. It almost looks like a little bit blurry at the neckline back there, but my goodness, I'm being so nitpicky. The A on his mask there, on his cap, on Cap's cap, it looks great. It looks straight. It doesn't look blurry. I don't see, it's so easy to get like blue mixed up into there, but there is no blue. It's completely white, and it is done very, very well. And just imagine, you see this guy in a store along with a few other ones. You want to get the one that has the best possible paint on it, the one that has the best paint applications, the best everything. You can just look through them because they come in a window box. So, you just take a closer look and you get the one that looks the absolute best to you. But, just a random warehouse draw where I got this guy, it looks great. And I am so happy with it. You have some holes on the back of him. That's where some screws are. As far as articulation goes, I don't think so. I don't want to push it, but I don't think so. I mean, because it's certainly not easy. So I don't think there's any articulation. I got a little bit of a wiggle in the waist there, but I'm thinking that that's just something to tighten down with the screw. So if this does have articulation, I don't think it does. But if it does, I mean, it's so tight, I don't even want to try. But I don't think it is, because the whole thing's made out of metal, and I'm not too sure if they would go that far with it. But this is a tremendous figure, and I am going to get, if I can find them, all the other ones in this line, because let me tell you, you are most likely not going to have a die-cast metal figure collection of superheroes. Because I can't think of any other company that actually does that, at least for a price that's as affordable as this, in a scale that's very similar to some of the hottest things out there right now, like Funko Pops. That's the hot thing right now, sort of these super deformed miniature versions of famous characters and licenses. And a lot of it is vinyl, but this is metal. It's an untapped portion of the market that I think is really amazing that Jada Toys has swooped in and said, you know what, we're going to do something different and we're going to make a great product. And that's exactly what they did here. So when I can get my hands on that Iron Man for a fair price, I'm going to pick that up. When I see the 6-inch Iron Man with the light up features, I'm going to get that one. When I find the Black Widow, when I find the Black Panther, they're all coming home to me, because this is a whole new collection line for me that is unique and totally different than anything else that I have. It's a quality product here. So take my word for it. If you're looking for something like this, and you're looking for something different, it's all metal, it's all good, and it's done very, very well. So check this out. Like I said, 13 bucks on Amazon. If you don't want to do the online route, just keep your eyes open, because pretty soon these things are going to be dropping in stores, Toys R Us, Target, Walmart, and it's probably going to start taking the place of the Batman versus Superman stuff. As time goes on, they start to phase that stuff out and bring in new products. So that's all for this review, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more reviews like this and all the other videos that I do, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that little red button there on the screen, and until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.